Welcome to Bespoke Diaries. Today's article is on The Road to Success #1 by Dr. Dragan Jovanov, scientist, educator, author, speaker, Macedonian. Every life is a story worth telling. Each of us experiences and survives events that are in themselves a unique story. In the difficult times we live in, it is really easy to get lost and forget the true values of life. This life story is a true connection to the human, a reminder of what is important in life. This story, unique, has a different lesson and message that should remind us of all the things we sometimes forget. The stories are quite simple, as if listening to them from a child, and yet complex and difficult, as if told by the greatest sage. Have a handkerchief nearby when you read this story. Yes, deeply true, terribly difficult and seriously close to each of us, these stories have great power to extort tears from even the strongest. This is the story of a young Macedonian scientist who will awaken the power in you. You may be wondering, how is that possible? To these two questions you will consequently add countless more questionnaires. Maybe it will all seem unreal, strange, confusing. But be persistent and just keep reading and absorbing every word, every sentence that comes in contact with your senses. You will feel how every word touches you, every cell of your being touches insensitively, quietly, to your consciousness, to yourself. You will feel how every word finds its way where it should go, it finds that secret place where it should touch, quietly, imperceptibly, silently. Touch where needed, leave a mark, and wake you up. To wake you up from that invisible cocoon with which you are wrapped, you and your thoughts, you and your being. There are ups and downs in life, yes, there are so many downsides that you can reach the very bottom, looking at a dead end, just waiting for that moment when the ball will explode. However, there are bright spots in life, there are spots in life that will wrap around your body, prevent you from falling and give you another chance to straighten up, stand up, remove that burden from your back. Only with a clear mind can you stand on your feet. Mind full of distrust, mind full of doubts and suffering must not be allowed, such a mind leads to ruin. Only a head full of self-confidence, with positive energy will pass to the next step. Only in this way you will see life from a different perspective and you will realize your dreams. From the 9th year of Dragan's life, he started training basketball in the basketball club MZT Skopje, Aerodrome, then he changed several clubs and ended her basketball career at the age of 24, then he was a basketball coach of youth categories in the basketball clubs MZT Skopje and Partizan Vodno Suns, Belgrade branch. At the age of 17, for the first time, he played 2 seasons in the basketball club Karpos Sokoli, who then in those years for the first time in the history of the club entered the Super League, with the first 6 teams on the table. Dragan played after 15 minutes, of course, he scored. Despite many obstacles in the sport, he had succeeded there as well. Dragan finished his career with 10 medals, 5 as a player and 5 as a coach. His mother attended almost every match of Dragan with his father, and she often trembled when she saw him on the field and rejoiced when he scored. He came to a friend of his on the basketball court and he asked him, "Dragan, is that your mother, the one who cheers?" He was ashamed that he was coming to the match and he said, he doesn't know, he hasn't seen her. The biggest gift Dragan's mother gave him was that she was the only one who believed in him. He was a man who didn't pay much attention to school, but to going out to basketball. His mother used to say to him, "Meet your friends, I will show you your future." How do Dragan knows that? Part of his company were losers. He avoided talking to his mother because he was already in communication and friendship with some of that company. His friends and he used to walk around, having fun until the wee hours of the morning. Sometimes they would get drunk. When they got back in the car, they would take him home and tell him, "Dragan, Dragan, the lights are on in your apartment." And he says, "Oh, man, my mother is awake." You see, his mother doesn't go to bed until he comes home alive and well. And when he entered the house, he would say, "Hello Dace, how was your evening, mother?" and he would answer her, "It was good, Mom, I'm going to sleep." And she always said, "Dace, can I talk to you briefly?" Dragan would say, "Mom, I'm tired, I'm going to sleep." "Dace, I haven't seen you all day and all night, I'm asking you to talk to me." And he would leave, go to bed and avoid communicating with her about walking and what kind of people he hangs out with. He didn't want to talk to the only person who believed in him. Over time, he played for various clubs, graduated, took her to doctors, helped her, but they never managed to talk about everything that life brings us, no matter what sphere. She was in poor health and the day came when doctors told us she had cancer. Then he thinks the sky and the earth merged, he didn't know where he was, they all started around the house as if without a compass to function, scared. There came a time when it was operated on, the operation ended after 10 hours, a difficult operation, what the doctors did, but it turned out made a huge mistake. That mistake cost him his life. It took him a while to talk when he brought her back from radiation, and that's what therapy was all about. She said to me, "Dragan, Mother, maybe I will live for a month, maybe I will live for 5 months, maybe I will live longer, maybe I will die," and I, so sad, and Dragan says, "Mom, and what will I do without you? Mother, you will rejoice and continue with life, all those, including relatives, to beat them, to prove yourself and to prove to everyone that you will be the best expert in the world in what you do and learn, there are to eat books, I want you to be the best, I believe in you and I know that you will be able to be a good expert, a good parent, you are a good person." Everything was great since she came out of the hospital, they were happy for 3 months, then there was a shock, it suddenly started to sink, he avoided sitting at home, he was gone for hours, for days, he couldn't see her so sick, exhausted. When the day came for the new year, 2009, they were preparing with the thought that it would be better, he was at the store and suddenly his phone rang, his father, "Drag, what are you doing?" "Nothing, I'm getting ready to come to the hospital." His father is silent on the phone. "Dad, tell me what's going on?" And then his jaw started to tremble. "Drag, your mother died." Dragan threw the phone away and went out on the street. He didn't know where he was, he was broken. He knelt down and shouted, "Mom, why did you leave me? I'm so sorry." The next day, January 1st, was the funeral. Dragan was so revolted and nervous that he could not reconcile for many years after her death. Dragan entered the chapel, stood by and thought to himself, "Mom, please wake up, Mom, get up." And then finally gathered strength and went to her, to the coffin, and as he approached her to see her, she was very beautiful, not noticeable that she died of something, she was dressed, tidy, she looked like an angel, and finally, he stood next to her, and he said, "Mom, you are my hero, everything I am and what I will be is thanks to you, she loved me so much, she gave me life, she said life I make you, you were the only one who believed in me." How can he give it back to her? Will I run away from the problems again? Will I be hanging out with some of those losers again? All she wanted was to talk to Dragan, to direct him in the right direction, to be an exemplary, successful person. He misses so much now that he would like to talk to her, how much he would like you to see how successful he has been in life. Will I run away from the problems again? Will I be hanging out with some of those losers again? All she wanted was to talk to direct him in the right direction, to be an exemplary, successful person. Love your parents, and when you get home tell them how much you love them, because the day will come when they will leave forever. Later, Dragan realized how precious that moment was to your family and how fast it could go. You see, he doesn't know about time anymore, he lives in the present, he lives in the moment. At the end of the day, it is not what you have in your pockets that matters, but what you have in your heart and soul, your love for your loved ones. Dragan will continue the second part of his story in the next article. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Do leave your thoughts in the comments section below. For similar type of article, please reach us at contact@thebespokediaries.com, or you can visit our website www.thebespokediaries.com.